Welcome to Night Sky Notebook. My name is Peter Detterline, and this is what's happening in October 2024 when you're looking up. Let's begin with the moon phases. October begins with a new moon on the 2nd, first quarter on the 10th, full moon on the 17th, and third quarter on the 24th. It's also a good time to look for the zodiacal light. Look for that in the beginning of October from the 1st to the 14th. You need a really dark sky to see this. It'll look like a cone of light off in the morning sky in the east. Dark sky is essential. What this light is, what this glow, is actually reflected dust from the very beginnings of our solar system, from the collision of asteroids and the debris of comets. Really quite beautiful and quite bright. 5th, you'll see the two brightest objects in the night sky right next to each other. And this is really beautiful. We're looking at Venus and we're looking at a very thin crescent moon. What you need is a low horizon, and even a pair of binoculars will help. That'll really kind of bring things in, because even with Venus, you'll be able to see the phase if your binoculars are good enough. This is going to keep continuing for the next few months, so you definitely want to take advantage of it. It's a pretty sight. On October 8 and 9 is the Draconid meteor shower. This is a very interesting meteor shower. It's best after midnight. And you should see anywhere from 15 to 500 meteors in an hour, which is really great. Now you can look anywhere in the sky for this thing, and that is really kind of neat to see. You may not see many meteors at all, you might see a lot. And it's the kind of meteor shower we just don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. So that's kind of the cool part. But definitely check that out. That is going to be a real joy to see. October 14th, the moon catches up with the planet Saturn. You're looking at the two farthest objects in the solar system. Saturn, of course, can float in water if you had a bathtub big enough to fit it in. Of course, if you pulled it out, it would leave a ring. The moon being our closest solar system object, brightest one we can see, Saturn the farthest one and the faintest that we can see. A really nice contrast and comparison. Okay, here it is. This is the comet we've all been waiting for. The name is Tasunshan Atlas, and it is the brightest comet that we might have in 30 years. This is amazing. It's already bright, and it's expected brighter. Now, we're not really going to see it until about October 15th. Full moon is going to be on the 17th, so the sky is going to be a little bit bright. But it's going to be very low in the sky on the 15th. You need a low horizon. Look over toward the western sky, slightly southwest, around 7:30 p.m. You should easily be able to see it. Venus is going to be a little bit off to the left from the comet, so that will help you. Use binoculars. Binoculars will give a spectacular view. It'll be higher on the 20th, and even higher as we get towards Halloween, looking at the end of the month, even on the 30th, 31st. But notice that the tail is going to be shorter, and even though it's up for a longer period of time, it will be fainter at that time. But if you keep watching it, you'll still be able to follow it using binoculars and with your eyes until it gets too faint to see. But this is definitely something you want to look for, and just be aware, comets can be very unpredictable. We're not quite sure what it's going to do. But start watching that from the 15th on. October 19th and 20th Our moon is going to catch up to the Pleiades on the 19th and Jupiter on the 20th. Use binoculars to see the Pleiades next to that moon. It's going to be rather bright, but that will be a beautiful sight to see. And this is a really beautiful grouping as the moon goes through Taurus, which has so many interesting things in it, including that bright star Aldebaran. The Orionid meteor shower. This is actually leftover pieces of Halley's Comet. Isn't October a great month? Get your sleeping bag, get your chaise lounge, get out there, take a look, and let's see what we can do. Now, the moon is going to be a little bit of a problem with this. You want to keep your back to the moon. You'll probably run into about 25 meteors an hour, but it's kind of worth it. Just take a look at pieces of Halley's Comet, which isn't coming back until about 2061. October 23rd, around 1:30 in the morning, Mars is going to line up with Castor and Pollux, and the moon is going to be in between. It's really kind of a neat arrangement to see. If you get binoculars, it's kind of interesting to see the colors between Mars and Pollux and Castor. That's going to be kind of fun. And that's it for October. If you want more, check out my blog at Night Sky Notebook at blogspot.com. And until next time, keep looking up.